Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm proud of the budget we passed today, and while this isn't our first good news budget, let me be clear, it's never easy and it's never routine. Local governments across the country are facing significant headwinds. We see it every day, but Cook County continues to meet the moment with discipline, compassion, and commitment to the people we serve. The Trump administration is threatening our communities and targeting the very investments that keep families stable and safe. They've made no secret of their plans to slash federal support for violence prevention, health care, and local economic development programs. As federal funding becomes more unpredictable, governments are forced to make tough choices to protect essential services, maintain fiscal stability, and preserve strong bond ratings. Healthcare and public safety remain our largest responsibilities and greatest priorities. Together, they account for nearly 75% of our operating budget. Cook County Health faces enormous financial pressures. At a time when ACA and public health itself are under threat, we remain unwavering in our mission. Cook County Health has reduced costs, expanded services, and stayed true to its values without layoffs and without cutting core services. We're also responding directly to urgent community needs. We've reinforced behavioral health services, launched new opioid prevention initiatives, invested millions more in public health, expanded vaccine programs, all to ensure our residents get the care they need when they need it. We know that healthy communities require healthy local economies. Even as federal support declines, Cook County continues to invest in entrepreneurs, small businesses, and micro businesses, helping them grow, create jobs, and build stronger and more resilient neighborhoods. On the public safety front, we're making investments rooted in data, collaboration, and proven impact. A total of $1.5 billion is dedicated to our public safety system. This represents an increase of nearly 30% over last year's adopted budget. We invest in public safety because the work is paying off. This is especially true based on our investment in communities and violence prevention programs. Over the last 4 years, almost all forms of crime have gone down in Cook County. I'm going to say that again. Almost all forms of crime have gone down in Cook County. Violent crime, thank you. Violent crime, including gun homicides, has fallen an astonishing 55%. We're also choosing to prepare for the future, even as the federal government chooses chaos and uncertainty. This budget includes more than $320 million to shore up our strategic reserves, ensuring the county can weather whatever comes next. And it includes $65 million for a grant risk mitigation fund, our protection against reckless federal actions that jeopardize congressionally appropriated dollars. This budget is stronger because of the collaboration at every level of government. Together, we've strengthened our commitment to a fair and just judicial system. The state's attorney's office budget has grown by 18%, including new positions focused on domestic violence, an area where our residents deserve firm, consistent support. We've also expanded access to justice for our immigrant communities. Our public defender's immigration unit is now the region's top provider of legal support for detained individuals, ensuring due process at the moment when federal policies grow more outrageous by the day. None of this progress happens by accident. It happens because of the people in this room, advocates, commissioners, agency leaders, and community partners who believe in responsible government and in the residents that we serve. I want to extend my deep gratitude to everyone who helped make this budget possible, including our CFO, Tanya Anthony, Budget Director Kanako Ashita Musselwhite, and the entire finance team. I want to especially thank our Finance Chairman, John Daly, whose steady leadership has helped shape this transparent budget process that we depend on today. With that, I'll turn it over to Chair Daly, and I would ask that each person introduce the person who follows them. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President. Let me congratulate you on an outstanding budget. It is your leadership that we are here today. You've provided strong leadership to this county and, quite honestly, throughout the nation. And I congratulate you on the job well done. Thank you. When the president came into office, she inherited, as we know, a $500 million deficit, an underfunded pension system. We at the county board level, under the leadership of the president, and now, as the president outlined earlier, myself and Jan Moore are the only two members who supported the sales tax. And because of that sales tax, our pension system today is well funded. It was a bold move by her, and it was, I know, thank you. She handled immediate crisis all the time, and we created a budget process. She created a budget process that is transparent and predictable and accountable for the commissioners, to the elected officials, but above all, the residents she serves. It has indeed been a great honor for me to serve as your finance chair, and Madam President, I look forward to working with you on your continued leadership. It's now my honor to introduce to you the floor leader, Scott Britton.
Thanks, everybody. As I mentioned on the floor today, this is my 7th budget as a Cook County Commissioner, but my 24th budget as an elected official. As the President indicated, this does not happen by accident. This is done through leadership and true dedication. And at a time when the federal government's chief strategy seems to be one of cruelty and unfeeling undertakings that hurt ordinary people more than anybody else, and a government for the rich and powerful, we stand for the poor, the marginalized, and yes, the undocumented. And we're going to continue to do that. It is a great pleasure to serve with all of my colleagues. It is a pleasure to deal with all of our bureau chiefs and everyone who works for the county. They are the best of the best, and I appreciate all that great hard work. But none of this happens without the president, and this will continue in her good leadership, and we'll continue to be her support group as well. Thank you. And I would now pass the baton to Commissioner Stan Moore.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Let me also start by thanking the president. The president has a very difficult job, and she is a very good leader. She has convinced all of these commissioners to work in synergy, and we have a great synergy. I also want to thank the finance team. Let's give them a round of applause.
Yes.
They've done a great job. Passing a responsible, balanced budget is one of the most important things that we can do as a county government. And today's vote reflects our shared commitment to fiscal stability and strong public service. This budget delivers on what residents expect from their elected officials: responsible stewardship of taxpayer dollars, investments that strengthen our communities, and the support for essential programs that families rely on each and every day. It prioritizes safety, health, economic opportunity, and long-term well-being of our communities. I'm proud of the collaborative work that the president and this board have done, my colleagues and our staff and our community partners who all played a critical role in shaping the budget and keeping Cook County moving forward. Thank you so much. And now I'd like to bring up Commissioner Alma Anaya. Is she here? No? How about Commissioner Bridget Degnan? No? Okay. Who is here? Let me see. Josina Morita. Let's bring up Commissioner Josina. Nope. Commissioner, I'm following the script. The president outlined a script, so we must follow the script.
I don't want to skip in front of anybody. I just didn't want to get in trouble cutting anybody. Good afternoon. My name is Josina Morita, Cook County Commissioner of the 13th District, representing the north side and the north suburbs. Thank you to President Preckwinkle and all of my colleagues for passing this great budget. I think we know that budgets are the ultimate moral values document that reflect what we care about and what we stand for as a county. And this budget does exactly that. We are advancing equity, investing in and protecting our communities, and standing and filling in the gaps that this federal government has left behind, while passing balanced budgets year after year, multiple credit rating upgrades that are also saving taxpayer dollars now and into the future. And so this is a responsible budget in many ways, and I'm proud of the work that we've all done together. And again, thank you to the team that did a lot of the work day to day for the last few months, and proud to stand with this whole team in support of this budget. And with that, I will introduce Maggie Trevor.
Thank you. I'm 9th District Cook County Commissioner Maggie Trevor, and I represent parts of the northwest suburbs, the near west suburbs, and the northwest side. And I also want to thank President Preckwinkle and her staff and my colleagues for passing this budget, which I don't want to redo Commissioner Morita's comments, but this really does reflect our values. And not only that, I want to thank all those people who worked on budgets in the past few years who have basically been able to foresee some of the difficulties we've had to prepare budgets that not only address the problems that we have in the current year, but also foresee some of the problems that we could have going forward. I think we are as well set as we can be for some of the problems that we may have in coming years. We have challenges coming up ahead of us, but it will be a privilege to work with these people to find solutions to those problems. So I want to thank them all. And trying to figure out where we are on the list. Next, I would like to introduce Commissioner Aguilar. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Frank Aguilar, 16th District, Western Suburbs. I just want to commend our President Preckwinkle and our colleagues and everybody involved in the budget. This is a well-balanced budget without raising taxes and putting the burden on our taxpayers to make sure we take care of the most vulnerable and economic development in businesses, infrastructure, and taking care of our immigrant community. I know we're facing new challenges next year, but this is a very well responsible budget. That's how good government works, and everybody's involved that was involved in it. You should really take credit for it. I want to just congratulate Madam President, my colleagues, and all of you who's been just who involved in putting this budget together. So thank you very much. And the next person here is Commissioner McCaskill. Oh, Commissioner Anaya, is she here? Oh, Commissioner, yeah. Commissioner, all yours.
Hi, everyone, and good afternoon. I, too, join in, I guess, the congratulatory sentiment. I think it's been mentioned many times we're in a difficult situation. We're seeing a lot of threats, not only to our democracy, but to the most vital type of resources that a lot of our communities really need. So I'm extremely proud to stand here in solidarity with the President, all of the Bureau Chiefs, and all of the team from the Finance and Budget Director. So just to congratulate everyone, I think it's been mentioned many times that this doesn't happen out of nowhere, but the fact that there's real threats and we are doubling down and committing ourselves to having not only a balanced budget, but one that really works for the people. So congratulations to all. Thank you. And I'd like to ask Commissioner Stamps to come up.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I will not belabor. As you can see, we're all very proud of this budget, right? So good afternoon. Thank you, Madam President. I stand here today deeply and profoundly humbled by the opportunity to serve and to help lead this essential work on behalf of our communities. First, I want to extend my heartfelt appreciation to President Tony Preckwinkle. Madam President, your unwavering commitment to equity and community well-being is reflected powerfully in this $10 billion comprehensive budget amendment. I want to thank you personally for delivering a strong, responsible, and forward-thinking budget, one that boldly supports the mental health and overall well-being of our young people. Your leadership continues to set the standard for what compassionate, community-centered governance looks like. I also want to thank Letty Close for her extraordinary vision and tireless dedication. Letty, your commitment to culturally responsive mental health strategies has been instrumental in shaping Shop Talk initiative from concept to reality. To Cook County Health and Hospitals, thank you for being such steadfast and innovative partners. Your willingness to pilot and elevate Shop Talk initiative demonstrates a deep belief in meeting our residents where they are with dignity, trust, and care. I am also sincerely thankful for the opportunity to sponsor the resolution to support our TIF amendment that reflects our shared commitment to a holistic approach to strengthening housing stability, food access, homelessness prevention, and mental health supports, all at the same time. And in stark contrast to what's happening in our country. It is an honor to help lead this effort. For me personally, Shop Talk is more than just a program. It is a pathway to healing. It creates safe, culturally grounded spaces where our youth, families, and neighbors can have honest conversations, find community, and experience hope. I am humbled to help lead this expansion of this lifeline across Cook County. So today I simply say thank you. Thank you for your partnership, thank you for your confidence, and thank you for the privilege to serve. And now I will call to the podium Dr. Keisha McCaskill.
Good afternoon. I am Cook County Commissioner Dr. Keisha McCaskill of the 5th District. I cover areas from Roseland to Chicago Heights, from South Holland to Oak Forest. And I just want to again commend our president. We have a leader, a captain steering this ship. This is a people-powered budget. It reflects everything that all of my colleagues have said. It's transparent and it's sustainable. So often you get budgets that are kind of falling off the cliff, or they have a lot of what ifs and a lot of things left to the imagination. This team left nothing to the imagination. You guys did an amazing job. And with me coming in on the tail end of the budget process, it has been seamless. A lot to learn in a very short period of time, but you made sure I was prepared. We had the information we needed, and you all listened. And I think that is the catalyst of good governance, when we know that our people are actually listening to the needs of our communities. And I have to identify Avik Das. The things that you have done in the 5th District, just coming out, the listening sessions, it's imperative that people feel that they are a part of the process and that we're not just making decisions based on our own analytic or our own policies, but our communities actually feel involved and they feel valued, and we cannot put a price on that. So I thank you for your support. And again, President Preckwinkle, I can't say enough. She has definitely put her foot to the pedal, and this train has left the station, and we're moving, and budget team, excellent job. And with that, I would like to bring up, he's not here, Jessica Vasquez, Commissioner Vasquez.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jessica Vasquez. I represent the 8th District, consisting of neighborhoods on the northwest side. I would also love to congratulate the team that helped put together this budget. Fantastic job. Thank you so much. And of course, the leadership of President Tony Preckwinkle, who put forward a people-centered budget. And I just want to highlight that not only did this budget include input from commissioners, but it also included input from some of our most trusted community-based organizations that have been around for decades. When we think about the investments in the Public Defender's Office, that came from a coalition called Defenders for All. And that includes groups like the Resurrection Project, like the Illinois Coalition for Immigrant and Refugee Rights. We also have investments into domestic violence support that came from advocates as well. And so not only do we have a president who listens to commissioners, who listens to her departments, but we also have a president that listens to the people. A president who listens to the folks that are doing the work on the ground in our neighborhoods across Cook County. And so I am forever grateful to have been a part of this budget, because it is a budget that reflects the needs of Cook County, and that is responsible, people-powered government. Thank you. And with that, I'd like to invite Sharon Mitchell, Public Defender.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Sharon Mitchell Jr., I work as the Cook County Public Defender. On behalf of the Law Office of the Public Defender, sorry, thank you. Listen, get you a commissioner that cares. On behalf of the office, the Law Office of Cook County Public Defender, I want to thank the board president, the entire Cook County Board of Commissioners, including my commissioner, Chairman Daly, for the invitation to speak today, and also for putting together a budget that allows for the law office to continue to deliver the critical legal services we provide every day to all Cook County residents. Our job at the Public Defender's Office is to represent individuals who cannot afford their own counsel, and the sad reality is that's the majority of people in the system. It's a big job, but despite how many cases or clients we have, all deserve exceptional legal counsel. And we're supportive of this budget because it allows us to continue to reduce the caseloads and workloads for our attorneys, expand our immigration division, build on our recruitment and retention wins we've seen over the last few years, and ensure that defenders have access to the technology that they need to do their jobs. In the end, we know that the justice in the criminal justice system must be fought for. It's not just delivered. We must fight for it. We must earn it. And this budget allows us to continue that fight. Thank you so much to the commissioners, the president, and a special shout out to the staffers. In budget, in commissioner offices, in agencies, it is your work that makes this possible. I know sometimes you are not mentioned, but the work is incredibly hard, and I appreciate all that you all do. Okay, with that said, I'm introducing Phil Clement, President and CEO of World Business Chicago.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm Phil Clement. Right. I'm Phil Clement, President and CEO of World Business Chicago. I want to begin by thanking President Preckwinkle for the Cook County Board and their continued support of the Greater Chicagoland Economic Partnership, or GCEP as it's commonly called. And it's included in the 2026 budget that was presented this morning. That support is essential because GCEP delivers direct, measurable value to Cook County, the city of Chicago, and the entire region. Let me briefly reset what GCEP is and why it matters. When Cook County, the city of Chicago, and 6 neighboring counties launched the Greater Chicagoland Economic Partnership in January of 2023, the decision was based on a simple economic truth. Businesses, talent, supply chains, and investment flows and operates across the entire metro area, not within political boundaries. GCEP gives us the structure to compete as a single regional market across the world. Nearly 3 years later, the results are clear. In 2025, so far, we've seen 167 business relocations and expansions, a generation of 18,000 jobs created or retained, and $1.5 billion in worker earnings. Cook County alone accounts for more than 7,600 of those jobs, $622 million in earnings, and these are not projections. These are real payroll and real projects that benefit Cook County residents. Equally important is how GCEP is changing the way we work. Regional partners have shared 127 project leads this year, and we've built a 250 project active pipeline. That's a level of transparency and coordination that didn't exist before GCEP. Instead of competing internally, the region is now aligning internally and competing externally across the globe. This shift is producing wins. PsiQuantum's decision to locate in Quantum Microelectronics campus here, and S&C Electric's choice to expand in Palatine rather than crossing state lines, both benefited from coordinated regional engagement. In high-growth sectors like quantum, advanced manufacturing, and clean energy, no single jurisdiction can compete alone. GCEP allows us to present a unified and credible value proposition. National benchmarks confirm that the approach is working too. The Chicagoland region is Site Selection Magazine's #1 for corporate relocations and expansions for the 12th consecutive year. And Cook County ranks #3 nationally for economic development. So these rankings are based on project data, not perception, and GCEP is a major driver of that performance. As we look ahead, this matters even more. World Business Chicago recently rolled out an economic plan for the city and the region, Chicago 2050, which outlines a path to a $1.4 trillion regional economy and over 5 million employed in the next decade. Reaching that level of growth requires regional alignment, not fragmentation. GCEP provides the structures that enable Cook County and all counties to attract investment, compete for federal funding, and ensure that growth reaches communities that have historically been left behind. You can obtain a copy of the Chicago 2050 playbook at our website, worldbusinesschicago.com. So I want to again acknowledge County Board President Preckwinkle and her incredible leadership on this topic, and the Cook County Board for recognizing the value of GCEP and ensuring it is funded in the 2026 budget. That investment allows us to keep strengthening the county's competitiveness and the region's overall economic performance. Thank you, and it is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Terrence Johnson, Executive Director of Greenwood Archer.
Good afternoon, all.
Good afternoon.
First of all, I'd like to start off by thanking
President Preckwinkle, as well as the commissioners on their leadership and their vote for the CFI fund, which Greenwood Archer Capital and a host of other CDFIs that are here in the room are recipients of as well. Greenwood Archer Capital is honored to receive this vote of confidence and grateful for the recognition of the work we are doing alongside our community partners. This grant strengthens our ability to deliver capital and support small businesses in the county's most under-resourced markets. Small businesses, as we all know, are the backbone of any local economy, and this investment will help more entrepreneurs grow sustainable and create good jobs and build strong, vital communities. CDFIs occupy a unique but necessary place in the lending ecosystem. We are truly lending to those who can't get loans from traditional sources of financing. Our mission is to make sure that the capital necessary to start a small business and then grow economic vitality in communities is accessible to all and not just a few. So again, I'd like to thank President Preckwinkle and the commissioners here in terms of the vote of confidence and recognizing what CDFIs bring to the table and how they support small business within the county. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks to all our commissioners and guests. I want to acknowledge our bureau chiefs who are with us, not only our Bureau of Finance Chief Tanya Anthony, but Soshi Flores from Economic Development, Zara Ali from Administration, Tom Lynch from Technology. Thank you all for joining us, and of course my Chief of Staff, Lynetta Haynes-Turner. All right, Kara?
Yes, that ends the speaking portion. Do we have any questions from the press?
AD, yes.
How did we get?
As you know, the city is struggling with its own budget. What impact does that have on the county's overall outlook? Do you have any advice for Mayor Johnson and the city council?
You know, I've always thought it's important to stay in your lane. And our lane is the county, and I'm grateful to all of our county commissioners for their hard work and support. I appreciate it.
Can you talk a little bit more about, bring us back to 2015 and how important and difficult those discussions were to find sustainable revenue sources and how you managed to pull that off?
That was a decade ago. So forgive me if I don't remember it precisely. But I want to acknowledge two people who spoke today. Chair of the Finance Committee, John Daly, and Stan Moore, who's head of our Transportation Committee, one of our vital committees. They are two of the three people who were in this body in 2015 when we voted to raise the sales tax. And we promised our residents that we would use that money basically for two purposes: to meet our pension obligations, to contribute what the actuaries said we needed to rather than what the statute required, and the statutory contribution was considerably lower than the actuarial one, and to invest in infrastructure. And that's what we've used the money for. And our pension fund is now funded at 66%. I'm a member of the Municipal Employees Pension Fund, and I looked at my statement recently and it's 25. So. And I don't know exactly what the state is, but it's comparable to the cities, I'm afraid. So a very hard vote was taken, and I want to thank again Commissioner Moore and Chair Daly, who were in the body at that time. The other people who were here were not in the body. But they took that tough vote and put us in the financial position that we're in today, which is stability, where we've had 4 credit upgrades in the last 4 years. Every year we've had our credit rating upgraded by one or more of the agencies that do that work. And it's because we're in such a good place that we were able to have this budget without any new taxes, fines, or fees. And I'm deeply indebted to the folks who took that tough vote, 2 of whom are here with us today. Well, when we began this work, we said we're going to have an academic partner, and the University of Chicago, help me out, Lynetta, Inclusive Economy Lab? Yes. Okay, the Inclusive Economy Lab has been working with us, and they're in the process of evaluating the results of the pilot to give us direction going forward, where we're going to continue the program. Lynetta, do you want to come up and say a little bit about it? All right, the Bureau Chief, come on. Xochitl Flores.
Thank you for your question. We are very excited. I'm Xochitl Flores. I'm the Bureau Chief of the Bureau of Economic Development. Thank you for your question. We are very excited to continue funding that pilot project that we will continue to learn from. So we have been working with the Inclusive Economy Lab, as President mentioned, and we anticipate getting a report early next year. We have established a steering committee that includes many stakeholders and participants of the pilot. So we will be issuing a procurement, identifying partners, and do plan to roll that out later in fiscal year 26. Yep, thank you.
I'm wondering, you mentioned how obviously there's no deficit included in this budget, no taxes, or no new taxes, no fees and funds. And I'm wondering why that was a priority. Can you just talk a bit about why that was, really up there in terms of what you wanted to accomplish with this budget? It's obviously a simple solution to just raise taxes to reduce deficits and things like that. So can you talk about what that meant for you throughout this process?
Help me out, Bureau Chief. How long has it been since we raised any taxes, fines, or fees? Pardon me?
96
All right, we have not raised property taxes in the county since when, 1994? 96, so since 1996. So the property tax has remained steady. We raised taxes in 2015, is that? That was the sales tax vote that I spoke of earlier, okay? And we did that, as I said, because we wanted to have our county on a firm financial footing, and we knew that we needed to contribute more to our pension fund, and we weren't able to do that with the resources that we had in hand. So we made that tough choice, and we find ourselves now, as I said, in a pretty good place, and not having had to raise taxes for a decade. Taxes, fines, and fees for a decade. Haven't taken that one vote.
Any other questions? All right.
I want to acknowledge our Bureau Chief, Zara Ali. Everybody needs prompts sometimes. Commissioner Moore reminded me that our Bureau Chief is the only one who was here in 2015 in her capacity, so thank you.